Big Sky Outdoors, powered by Town Pump, fueling your next outdoor adventure, is also brought to you by Counter Assault, your ultimate protection in the wild. By Montana Army Navy. Get it, get out, and live it. The Outdoor Report is provided by Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. And Bob Ward's, everything outdoors, Montana style.
Welcome to this week's edition of Big Sky Outdoors. This is Joel Stevenson. I'm here with Link and Maria from Rock Climb, Montana, and we're going to go do some rock climbing.
We got our gear, we got our helmets. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm Link from Rock Climb, Montana. It's my business and I'm the lead guide, and I've been at it for 7 years here.
I'm Maria Lambert.
I'm Belay. Climbing.
I've been going into my 4th season with Link, and I'm very excited about it.
We specialize in custom outings to the rock wall. So we're trying to get people into the sport of rock climbing and give them something to do that's a little bit out of the ordinary. So then when they come out on their Montana vacation, they have memories to take back with them. You know, they're in Montana, let's get them in the mountains.
This is like a dream come true.
We have clients from 3 years old to 80 years old. And the great thing about it is that the climb at any level of ability is an exciting experience.
This is a great sport for people of all ages. In a bit, we'll have Gary come out. He's learning to climb, learning to lead climb today, doing what I'm doing, flipping those bolts.
Hi, my name is Gary, and I'm out here with Link today. I've been climbing for a few years. I started at the age of 65, and I'm 72 now, and don't ever expect to be a world-class climber, but I hope to keep improving. And I've been top roping, and of course the next step is lead climbing, and it's a little more works on your nerves.
So Gary's tied to the top of the cliff. I will belay him using my Gree belay device. The rope goes in this little area, and this says to the climber. So I put the rope that goes up to the climber there, close it up, and hook it in. You can see it's got an automatic safety device. If you look at Gary, he's actually got 2 ropes tied into him. One rope, the blue rope, that's the safety line. That's what we're using to belay him. The other rope, the brown one, that's the one he's going to use for practice. He's going to practice clipping that into quick draws that he's attached to bolts. But as it's a learning process, This way he can take it a step at a time. He can learn the motions for proper lead climbing before we put him on lead. I'm just going to inch him down slowly. This isn't like the movies where they go down at high speeds. No one's shooting at Gary with machine guns. This gree-gree works great. If there's a problem, I let go and it catches Gary. So I just pull back on this emergency brake release just far enough that the rope slowly goes through the gree-gree. So he's collecting his quick draws. That's practicing cleaning the route on the way down.
One of the biggest things for me is self-satisfaction, that I'm still doing this and I'm able to do it and I'm enjoying it.
Draws, static line.
And that's what keeps me going.
They take away a sense of accomplishment, a sense that they can get through those barriers that at first are daunting when they look up that rock wall. And by extension, it allows them then to think, wow, well, what else could I do in my life? What things have been holding me back? Fears or other obstacles that if I put my mind to it, I can overcome.
Find your next adventure at Bob Ward's Sports and Outdoors. Bob Ward's Sports and Outdoors, Montana style.
Warm weather is right around the corner, and your local town pump has everything your family needs along with great savings. This month's specials include Budweiser, Miller, and Coors 30-pack of cans are just $21.99. Twisted Tea, Angry Orchard, and Traveler 12-pack of cans only $13.99. And Corona 6-pack of bottles just $7.49. With over 90 convenient locations across Montana, we are sure to have everything you need and more.
My name's Jandy Cox, and I'm the manager at Rocky Mountain Outfitter. I've worked here for 25 years and have been climbing for probably well over 30 years. Here at Rocky Mountain Outfitter, we're a full climbing shop. Everybody that works in here has been a climber and continues to climb. So from shoes, harnesses, gear, we can certainly set you up. So a lot of the gear is getting very, very light. A helmet that I actually bought last fall before a trip I went on. It's so light that it's called the Vapor Helmet. You barely feel like you have it on. Climbers historically didn't wear helmets through the 70s, 80s, and even more recently. So having a helmet obviously is going to make climbing a lot safer, and having one that's so light will make you wear it. Ropes that are getting so small in diameter, again, just very light to pack. So that's an Edelrid rope that it's the lightest rope on the market. Camp is also leading manufacturer of crazy lightweight stuff, lightest ice axes, crampons. Photon draws are super light, super nice draws. So definitely there's a lot of great new gear that can lighten your rack, make climbing easier, more fun, and it's always cool stuff. The Kalispell Boulder project is a really exciting thing that I'm bringing to the Flathead Valley. So we're working with the city of Kalispell, with Kalispell Parks and Rec, to create a artificial boulder park, an artificial climbing boulder park in Lawrence Park, right downtown Kalispell. It will be 2 boulders that are manufactured so that kind of every square inch of them is climbable. These kinds of parks are all over the country. There's several in Bozeman. There's one in Helena. There's one in Great Falls. They're all over Colorado and Utah and Wyoming and California, Washington, Oregon, really all over the world. So many great reasons to introduce kids to climbing, and innately, you talk to any parent and one of the first things they like to tell you is how much their kids like to scramble around on things. So here's something that has, proper fall surface. It's intended to climb. It takes no specialized gear. So kids just go out there and scramble around on it. And lower angle for descending or for more moderate climbing, it'll have holds bolted onto it. To find out more information, you can go to KalispellBoulderProject.com and look at our website, donate online. You can also like us on Facebook. We'll have upcoming events that you can get involved in and come out and help support it. It'll be a great thing for Kalispell. So one of the greatest things about climbing is definitely the diversity that you get at any climbing crag. The age range from 6 to 76. It's a really multi-generational sport. And both my sons climbed before they were 2 years old, several hundred feet off the ground. And now, as my 11-year-old is leading and has done multi-pitch climbs with me, and it's just a great activity to introduce your kids to. Climbing is definitely, it has so many facets and so many things that have been important to me that it is, it's something that really is a huge part of my life.
Counter Assault, the original bear deterrent, has been made, developed, and scientifically tested in Montana for nearly 30 years.
Counter Assault is what I chose for my staff based on my personal experience, scientific testing, and it's the only one that met all the expert recommendations. Spray time and spray distance are important in a bear attack, and Counter Assault has both. As an avid hiker, hunter, and outdoorsman, Counter Assault is my first line of defense in bear country.
Carry what the professionals carry. Counter Assault, Grizzly Tough Bear Spray. Look for the red can.
Army-Navy is your hunting headquarters. It's the best place around when you're serious about saving money on the things you need to go hunting. Knife sharpeners, wool gloves, backpacking meals, optics, socks, boots, insoles, stoves. Why, it's a virtual hunter's checklist. All name brands and all at fantastic savings. On Highway 2 in Evergreen and Highway 93 in Whitefish. MontanaArmyNavy.com.
Get out and live it.
Rock climbing gets my heart pounding. It's an adrenaline sport. It's exciting. Any way you look at it, it's exciting. And to do it well, especially when you're lead climbing, you have to be focused. And it's so great to be focused on nothing but getting to that next bolt, as opposed to all the other trivial things and not so trivial things we worry about in our daily life. All of a sudden, that's all gone. I'm only thinking about climbing, because if I'm not thinking about climbing, then I might be falling.
When I started climbing, I was very hesitant because I'm terrified of heights. Was terrified of heights and still am to some degree. So I was very reluctant. I think I went up 10 feet at first, came right back down. It took me a little while, little steps, like Link said, and eventually, not too soon after I started, I realized, oh my gosh, this makes me feel incredible about myself. I feel like a little kid again, like there's a youthfulness about it that comes out in me that I don't experience in anything else that I do. So that addiction to that feeling was became greater and greater than my fear of heights. And maybe I don't look down as much as other people see the view, but I can't stop climbing. It's a wonderful, wonderful sport, and I take care of my fears, but I put them aside because the fun is greater than the fear, for sure.
This is where we like to start the younger ones. If it may not look like much to us, but to these little guys, this looks like Mount Everest. So once they have the confidence to climb this and they learn the technique to be successful, then we can move on to bigger things. Yeah, push with that leg, that's great. Wow.
I'm Circe and I'm 7.
We like to use these to hook the kids in. The way it works is it automatically locks in place, so no human error possible. It's a little easier to clip them in than to try to teach a 5-year-old how to tie a knot.
I am Aislinn, I am 5.
Where do you think you could step next? Do you see any steps? Okay, well, let's step there.
This is our first time climbing on a real rock.
I think you got this by yourself now, don't you? Okay, I'm gonna get out of your way. Was it fun?
Yes, it was.
Are you gonna do it again?
Yes.
Forever?
Not forever.
Find your next adventure at Bob Ward's Sports and Outdoors. Bob Ward's Sports and Outdoors, Montana style.
Here's this week's outdoor report by our friends at Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks.
Nestled in the mountains behind the Stoltz lumber mill sits 10,000 acres the company has owned and managed for more than 100 years. Today, they are working to conserve these lands so they will look the same in the next 100 years.
We had the right stars aligned with the Stoltz family, with the management of our company. We said, now's the time, let's try this.
Stoltz Lumber Company is working with Fish, Wildlife, and Parks and partners to put its land into a conservation easement. A primary funding source for this easement is the Forest Legacy Program, which is a federal program designed to protect important forest lands from non-forest related development.
was a way for the Forest Service to work with the states to identify important forest lands that could be conserved for future public benefits of managed forest and habitat and public recreation.
The Forest Legacy Program has helped conserve more than 200,000 acres in Montana, with grants of more than $50 million. And while it helps preserve public recreation and protects wildlife habitat, it also allows private landowners to grow their business.
That's actually the criteria of the Forest Legacy Program, is that keeps working forest in a private ownership. We still will pay the taxes, we still get to harvest the trees, and we still get to practice the same ethics that Stoltz has practiced for 100 years.
This year marks the 25th anniversary of the Forest Legacy Program. However, its future is in doubt.
The money comes from the Land and Water Conservation Fund, and that program expires this year. So if Congress doesn't reauthorize that program, this money goes away and that ends the Forest Legacy Program.
However, if the funding continues, companies like Stoltz and everyday Montanans will see prized forest lands conserved for future generations. I'm Winston Greeley, out among Montana's fish, wildlife, and parks.
Well, we've been out here rock climbing for the afternoon. It's been a great day, and now I'm going to give it a try.
When we let them set their own goals, and then we help them achieve those goals. It's not about what we want them to accomplish, it's about what they would like to accomplish, and we help them do that. Today we had kids climbing, and we had Gary, who's 72, climbing. And they were all doing it for the same reason, for the fun factor. They're out here playing on the rock. So a lot of the people we take out climbing have never even tried it. Maybe they've tried it in the gym, but this outdoor rock climbing is a new experience to them, and they're not sure what to expect. But we start easy, but we encourage them to do the best that they can do, to be the best they can be. It's almost over. Nice work! I'd rather see people make small incremental progress. It's really analogous to how we climb the rock. Lots of little steps save energy, keep us in balance. Yes, it's tempting to take that big step, but it's often not as successful. So when we bring people out here, we start small and we move them slowly upward. Excellent.
Well, Link and Maria, thanks for taking us out climbing today. We had a super fun time and super safe. And if people want to get a hold of you, come out climbing, how do they do that?
They can check out our website, rockclimbmontana.com.
Thanks so much, and we'll see you next week on Big Sky Outdoors.